Facebook. I got look for a candle and then like candle picture, which are very kind, you know, because I'm sure she takes a bunch. Yeah, she's gonna post a bunch. Yeah, right. Makes her look good. He's like, that's rare. That is rare. Right. Look at this flattering angle, you son of a bitch.
She just sometimes sent me outtakes of what they think that is impossible. Wow, thank you for not. Pictures of my birthday.
Will you guys do me a favor and then introduce me?
Like, there's some of like I show them.
Ladies
and gentlemen, please give it up for the host of the Circling Open Mic. It's your friend and mine, Dan Bacula!
Now we have to put you in the credits. They're gonna know exactly where you are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I talked about earlier, I got diagnosed with an overactive imagination. Sometimes when you're diagnosed stuff as an adult, people are like, well, what good is that? Aren't you already a person? Can't you already deal with whatever? But the positive part is like I can forgive myself now retroactively for thoughts I had that I used to feel really guilty about. Like, if you get diagnosed overactive imagination, it's like, oh, that time I imagined my third grade teacher naked. That wasn't my fault. I'm not a bad person. I'm not a pervert. I just got too many hamsters up there in the whole wheel. Now, and so what I want to talk about is this idea that I've had. I had it years ago. When I was talking about this idea, it was actually the first time that I got really heckled. The only time I've been really heckled was when I was talking about this idea. So years it's been plaguing me in the back of my head. And I think it's a pretty salient case against the First Amendment. I think after you hear this, you might be like, maybe there should be some rules. Maybe not everybody should. Maybe you might want to press formal charges. Is one. I don't want to build it up too much, but you might want to press formal. Here, it's about a movie by a major motion picture studio. Walt Disney Animated Studios presents The Diary of Anne Frank. Some of you, when you heard that, were like, no, stop. And now you know how my wife feels. Not sexually, but ideally. All of our sex has been consensual. Yeah, all of our... but these are the ideas I have in the morning. Listen to this in the afternoon. Listen to this at night. Listen to this. So she's got some gray hair, migraines. But you guys only get it for like 10 minutes. So you might be limping out of here, but it's no migraine. Walt Disney Animated Studios presents The Diary of Anne Frank. I don't know who they can get to direct it. Because you gotta find someone pretty dedicated. These movies take like 3, 5, 7 years to make. This person's coming in every day convincing themselves it's still a good idea. The whole staff has got to be dedicated. I mean, of course there's going to be a montage in the film about what was going on at the camps. And you got hundreds of animators. Not all of them are going to make it. Some of these folks are going to put down their pen forever. They're going to kill themselves from the trauma of making the movie. You got to find real dedicated people to make Walt Disney Proudly Presents the Diary of Anne Frank. The music. Music is a huge staple in these movies. Music is a big staple. Lin-Miranda Manuel? No. Off the table. One, he can't do all of them. And two, yet to hear a song by him I couldn't snap my fingers to. And it's just not the right vibe. Not for the whole movie, anyway. You need there's going to be some dark music in this film. And in my head, this is my overactive imagination. This is the calico hamster in the wheel. imagine someone heckling. One, nobody's gonna fucking heckle. But two, that they would heckle Marilyn Manson. Only an idiot such as myself would imagine a situation, but the song Marilyn Manson would turn in is like, I like 'em young and thin. Okay, not only did I think it, I said it. I'm the problem, it's me. Happy Taylor Swift month, everybody. So anyway, so we're talking about the music, and you might think, oh, well, if it's gonna be dark, then obviously Atticus Finch and his buddy, the other guy. But you think, Trent Reznor, you think they're not gonna make more Tron sequels? Of course they're gonna make more Tron sequels. Those guys are busy, they're booked up, and they don't have the dynamic that you need in this movie, because you need a lot of dynamic. You need someone with a lot of range, which is why I think Joni Mitchell is the right person for the job. Brian left, Bob left. They would have known who Joni Mitchell is. Some of you know Joni Mitchell. I'm not the right person to explain Joni Mitchell. But, in the beginning of the movie, like every Disney movie, there's it's just normal every day at the Frank house, and they're having like a celebration or something. So it's like a folk song, like an Eastern European, they're stomping and clamping and singing, and Joni Mitchell could do that in her sleep. Very well acquainted. She out Paul Simon on a daily basis. And then there's gonna be dark stuff. Like when the Frank family is in the antechamber, and they're gonna, it's somebody's birthday, so they want to do the same song, but now they gotta whisper it. Instead of stomping and clapping, it's... Joni Mitchell can be so quiet. Again, perfect person for the job. And then the hit single from the film is during the montage over what's happening at the camp. And speaking of something that I'm not the person to explain, the attitudes in the camp, my understanding, was not one of woe is me. It was like a religious fortitude. It was like a spiritual resilience in the camp. It was like, hey, if this is what the world is, I've seen enough, is my understanding of how the camps went. And so the song would be something along the lines of, I am a withered leaf on the tree God forgot. That would be the Disney song for the animated Diary of Anne Frank. So there, we got the director and the... whoever plays Anne Frank is inconsequential. Just a pretty lady voice. Just a pretty sympathetic lady voice. But another important part of these movies is an anthropomorphic best friend, a sidekick. Something with human qualities, like a raccoon or a broom or a cup. They've got to be in. And obviously in this movie it's the diary. Obviously. And the diary needs a very special voice. Grandmotherly, but can be firm, can be vulnerable, can be empathetic. Obviously Olivia Colman. You motherfuckers. If you don't know who Olivia Colman is, fuck off and die. Shit yourself and die. If you don't know who Olivia Colman is, what is the point of you? Which is a line from an Olivia Colman show. That might be how the movie starts, but we'll get back to that. I think the way the movie will start is, it's in a bookstore. The shopkeeper, very Geppetto-looking guy, turns off all the lights and leaves. And then the books, only after the people leave, talk to each other. Toy Story, anybody? And so all the books are learning from each other, and that's how the diary learns about the history of mankind and all these different things that have happened. And so there's a point in the movie, this might be in the preview, there's a point in the movie where the diary is trying to warn Anne Frank, like, ooh, this is bad. This has happened before. You gotta convince your family to leave. And Anne Frank, her indomitable innocence, you can't tell a 9-year-old anything. Anne Frank is like, no, 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 no. In characteristic Anne Frank fashion, she says, no, people are good. And then the diary says, you dumb bitch. That's the gist of it. That's the preview. Hitler, that's an important voice. You gotta get that, you gotta get the right person. Josh Gad. Oh, you know who Josh Gad is. You masturbated to Elsa, motherfuckers. Stone cold fox. All right, so Josh Gad, that'd be a pretty good one. But I think the better way to show kind of the childishness of Hitler, I think we can agree Hitler's a pretty childish guy. Try to feed him a hamburger. Picky eater, that's pretty childish. He's a vegetarian. So anyway, sometimes women will, I think getting a child to do Hitler's voice would be the way to go, but sometimes women will do the voices of young boys, and so I think maybe Kate from SNL.
McKinnon.
That's the one, Martha got it, Kate McKinnon for Martha, everybody. Just to have some positive noise in the room for a minute. Kate McKinnon, because she can do like a husky thing, but there's still something going on. I'm like, there's something going on with his voice. And you might think he's a Jafar type, which I don't know if that's going to get me in trouble in this video. Me saying, I know Walt, I probably shouldn't say Walt Disney. Don't know if I can say Jafar. We'll find out. Hitler's not going to be a Jafar type. That's more like Goebbels. You guys remember Goebbels? Heard about Goebbels? By the way, why do we respect these people enough to pronounce their names correctly? Can't we passively diss them every time we talk about them by fucking up their names? How is Goebbels not Gobbles? Joey Gobbles. Every time we talk him in history. Oh, and then Joey Gobbles fed Hitler some more meth.
That's true.
It is true. And when you say Goebbels, it's very dark. But when you say Joey Gobbles, you can't take him seriously anymore. And that's how we get rid of Nazis, by not taking them seriously anymore. Good thing that when everybody watches this, we can all agree not to take Nazis seriously anymore. So, Hitler. The right voice. Oh, but animated, not as a Jafar, but as a sultan from Aladdin. Because remember him, he was like portly, and like when he moved, his clothes flapped all over the place. It's a very important, it's a subtle thing that you pick up on. Jafar's clothes are very stiff and flowing, but then the Sultan, which is great for Hitler. And like, he does that Looney Tunes thing everywhere, every time he goes somewhere, he like pops up and his feet kick a little bit, and he's like, oh, no, the Jews. So that's the Hitler in Disney's The Diary of Anne Frank. So there we go. We got the cast under control. We got the music under control. So the film, we know how the story ends. But spoiler alert, I'm going to take you to the final scene. So if you're looking forward to seeing it on the big screen, like I am, this might be the time to. The final scene. There's Anne Frank, emaciated, as you would imagine. And you see her hands, she's on her cot, she's laying down on her cot, and she spins a dreidel. Now, we've got an option here. One, she made the dreidel out of paper. The paper she got from the journal, that the journal offered up because she's empathetic to Anne Frank's naivety and her indomitable innocence. But it's still a bit of a scene when you rip a piece of paper out of an anthropomorphic journal. No, do it for the dreidel. So that's one option. Another option is a dreidel made out of bone. Because there's so many at her disposal. These Disney movies get dark these days. I don't know, my kids won't even watch Brave, and that's not even the darkest one. So anyway, she's laying on her cot, and she spins the dreidel, and her hand kind of, drifts away as the camera comes in. I don't think pan's the right. Closes up, zooms in on the dreidel, and it's spinning, and it's spinning, and then it starts to do and then it starts to do the wobble, and then it falls over. End of film. Now, yesterday when I was mopping the bar, who would have thought that a bar janitor would come up with this? As I was mopping the floor out there and I envisioned this scene, my response was one of, I cackled. Now when I see it on the big screen, I won't cackle, I won't laugh, nobody will. They'll be torn to shreds. But at the time, I cackled, very proud of myself. I am a withered leaf on the tree that God forgot. Now everybody, Ann did it, I can do it, all right. I am the withered leaf. The tree that God forgot. Fucking yes! I was driving around in my FedEx truck. And they can tap into the computers to see if I'm wearing my seatbelt. God forbid. They tapped in on Saturday when I was just singing for 6.5 hours in falsetto. They don't know who Joni Mitchell is either. They wouldn't get it at all. This is not the end. After the immense success of this film, my lunacy knows no bounds. Not only do I imagine this movie, but I, without hesitation, know that it will be a huge success. So after the resounding success, even in Germany, of the animated Diary of Anne Frank, there's a very quiet and tense board meeting at Disney about how to integrate it into the theme park. Now, imaginative as I am, diagnosed and everything, I'm having a hard time myself. You're gonna have to find a better person, and it won't be hard to come up with a way to do this. There's a train that goes around the park. Do you just rename the train? I'm a comedian who goes for the ooze. In the gift shop, do you sell striped pajamas? I don't think you do. The thing I've come up with, the closest I've gotten to the bullseye on how you integrate the Diary of Anne Frank into the Disney theme parks. You know, they got the different neighborhoods that are different worlds, Star Wars, Harry Potter, stuff like that. Anne Frank will fit right in between the two. And it's a German street, a 1940s German street. And you can go into all the shops in the buildings. You can explore. There are people walking around dressed like Germans from the 1940s. And the entertainment, the engagement, what you do as a guest at Disney is you find the Jews. At this point, he says it's fucked up. Which I think would leave guests with a very conflicted set of emotions, set of feelings as they were leaving the park, as they're in the car or on the plane. You know, they got the lapel pin that they earned. They're fingering the cheap fabric and the aluminum metal that's painted like gold. And one thought echoes in their head over and over and over again. I found all the Jews. I found all of the Jews. Talk about self-introspection. Talk about taking an inventory of your skill set. Yikes! Haunted for the rest of your life by your ability to have found all the Jews. So if any of you want to press formal charges, I will have you know that I am represented by the very venerable law firm of Do Not Fuck With Me. Thanks everybody for being here for this video. It's gonna go in the vault right next to Song of the South. Our benediction, ladies and gentlemen. Please carry the spirit of this evening with you as you leave until you return the next week. Go in irreverence, everybody. Have a wonderful night.